Flame Tamer, Burner of Cinders, the inevitable flame. Kynes had had many names and titles added to his infamy throughout the many millennia he had roamed this earth. People used to tell stories of how he had left flames and cinders with his footsteps, while others said his roar could shatter mountains. Kynes was a proud dragon of nature. He viewed his power and might as something that belonged to him and him alone, and saw regular humans as beings beneath him, not worth his time. His delusions of grandeur and might led him to a campaign of rampage and pillaging, burning down entire villages with his flames and crushing his enemies underfoot. After a long campaign filled with death and destruction, he was tricked by powerful wizards and mages, who trapped him in a powerful and unchangeable spell. Thus, he was cursed to sleep for thousands upon thousands of years, the world moving on in relative harmony after he was put to rest. Throughout the years, the magic seal that kept him asleep slowly withered away, however, and eventually broke about 20 years ago. This was when he reawakened and opened his eyes, although what he saw had overwhelmed and confused him. The world had fundamentally changed. Gone was the grassy fields and plains of the past. Gone was the many straw-roofed village buildings. Gone was the cattle, the sheep and the horses, and the many farmers had taken a much different form. Instead, he saw tall buildings of glass, steel, and silver, and large creatures with 4 round legs that made an awful lot of noise when they roamed around. They could even carry humans within them, a sight of the likes that the dragon had never seen before in his long life. The humans themselves had even changed, many of them no longer wearing straw hats or leather harnesses, or carrying farming tools. Instead, they carried little leather containers with handles, and wore stiff suits and leather shoes that snapped sharply upon the ground as they walked. Lost and confused, the dragon began to wander the earth. His footsteps no longer left flames, neither could his roar rise to much more than a pathetic yelling and a cry for help. He had lost the powers that he once prided himself so much over, and as such was lost in an unfamiliar land with no one to guide him. As the years went by, the dragon boy was left to sink deeper and deeper into a lonely despair. Stuck in a foreign world that he did not understand, he was forced to find meaning, lest he lose himself to a lonely and dark future. Having no more power to stand up to the will of the humans, he was forced to go into hiding in an alternate form, a human form. Stuck with a face that had belonged to a race that he had once thought beneath him, he slowly began to learn the language and culture of the humans while searching for his place in the world.